What's up, everybody? It's Chris from Against Odds Athletics, and today we're going to be talking about why I have a 50-inch vertical jump. In this video, I want to provide as much value as I can in a short amount of time, so please watch to the end. I think that it'll be one of the most important vertical jump videos you guys will ever watch.
Yeah, look at me now, I came up. I've been thinking back then when I almost gave up on the game, cause I never got in my way. Never got my mama whip on the driveway.
Alright guys, I'm in my new apartment here, trying to build a little bit of a YouTube set. You know, I got these things behind me. I'm gonna have this jersey a little higher. We're gonna grow together, and I'm really excited to start creating more YouTube content, more free content, and build there as well. Okay, now to the video, talking about why I have a 50-inch vertical. A lot of people like to think that it's just about power output or jump technique, or I squat heavy. There's so many different factors that go into it. People like to think it's just one answer, and it's more like a game of chess where you have to think ahead, and there's so many different things going on at one time that goes into the end result of winning a game. You don't win a game because you had a queen, or you don't win with one piece, right? You win with using all of these different pieces together, and it takes a while, but in the end all of those pieces help you to win. So what I mean by that is a lot of things that people don't see just by watching my videos, all the sacrifice that goes into it. And by sacrifice I mean friendships, relationships, going out. Like I missed a lot of parties growing up. I missed a lot of times missed with my friends, staying out late, or going out and just enjoying myself, knowing that I probably wouldn't perform well in the gym the next morning. So there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into my training from that perspective, but also a lot of sacrifice in training other muscles. As I really dialed in on my goal to be the best overall jumper to ever live, I stopped training upper body as much. I lost a little bit of love for it, because that love has to come from somewhere, right? You can't just create things. That energy has to come from somewhere else. So I definitely haven't made as much upper body gains as I would like to, but I am definitely increasing my jumping ability, and it's all because I am specifically giving that time to vertical jump training as opposed to training upper body or doing other things. So the sacrifice, not only from friends and family, and you sacrificing things yourself, fun times, you need to really understand that it is a long-term game. Now, along with sacrifice, I'm a morning person, so you also need to understand that a big part of why I jump so high is because I train hard, I train consistent, and I love what I do. So I revolve my schedule, my whole day, around my training sessions, around my vertical jump training, because I know that's like my most important priority. So it's really about prioritizing things, and again, that could lead to that means you're not prioritizing your friends or your social life or other things. So you really need to take into account whether or not you can afford to put this as a #1 priority. But I structured my life as in a way to where I can prioritize jumping. So I'm a morning person. I wake up and I'm blasting music, and it's obnoxious to people that aren't like me, which I would say most people aren't morning people, and that's okay. But I'm a morning person. I know that, and I know that in the mornings I want to go to the gym because that's where I'm going to give my best effort. So I wake up same time every day, like 6 a.m. Might even start waking up earlier, and I eat breakfast, same breakfast every single day basically, and I head to the gym, and I love it, and it's like the best part of my day. So you guys need to figure out ways to structure your life around your vertical jump training to where you work out and you train during your best time. And your best time might be different from mine. It might be in the afternoon. It might be after work at night, after school. You guys have to come up with that, and you guys have to figure out what works best for you. But for me, there's nothing like I just got out the gym and I made this YouTube video. So, I mean, it's 8:30 a.m. and I'm done with my training for the day before people even woke up. And now I'm making a YouTube video. I'm super productive. It sets the tone off right for my day. So you need to figure out how you can get in the gym and perform as best as possible with as little distractions as possible. I don't really work out with people that much, and it's because I like to stay focused because I train so specifically that not other people can really train with me. It's not like I'm taking my best friend's vertical jump training with me. So we might head to the gym together sometimes, but I'm really just doing my own thing. So you guys really need to eliminate all the distractions, all the noise, and focus. So you need to make sure that you structure your life around your vertical jump training. You know, we're going to talk about diet for vertical jump. We're going to talk about sleep and rest and recovery in future videos. We'll go into that more detail, but you know, you need to make sure that you are getting consistent sleep. So you're going to bed at around the same time, at least 5, hopefully every day out of the week. You're going to bed at the same time and you wake up every single time. The body likes rhythms. It likes patterns. So you guys need to make sure that you guys are giving it what it needs. Another reason why I have a 50-inch vertical and why I jump higher than most people ever is because of my consistency. All of what we've talked about so far allows me to be consistent. I love what I do. I structure my life around so I can keep on doing it. So I'm consistent, and that has to do with mental consistency and being able to give that much 100% effort every single time you train. But it also has to do with physical consistency, where can I train if I go too heavy in legs, I might have to take off a week. And that's a week that I don't train. So you really need to have a structured program that allows you to jump train, specifically jump as often as possible with maximal effort while still gaining muscle. Now this is very hard to do, and it's easier said than done. And you know, there's times where I still struggle with this myself, but I have, you know, at my world record jump program, I moderate the volume to where you are getting all of your strength work, all the heavy sets, and all the required volume in order to grow and make gains in the gym, while still keeping your legs away from being too sore, so that you can give that maximal effort on the basketball court or wherever you're vertical jump training. So again, it takes a lot of mental preparation and thought before you even step in the gym to really pull this all together. So that consistency is a major effort. We've talked about this in a previous video. Also, another reason why I have a 50-inch vertical is because I consistently measure my progress. So I know where I'm at any given day, week in time. I know where I'm at. So like, I jumped to 50. Right now, I'm not jumping a 50 because I'm training and my legs are kind of beat up right now, and I haven't, if I wanted to, I'd have to go back on a peak phase. And that, again, all of that stuff, very specific programming. It's not a simple answer, and that's why jump programs are extremely helpful unless you are extremely knowledgeable yourself and experienced going through this at an elite level, because it's tough even for a certified personal trainer and a person that has jumped a 50-inch vertical before. It's still tough to moderate that volume accordingly so that you can do that effectively. But the programs allow you to just focus on your training and eliminates a little bit of the chess work, playing chess and all that thought that goes into it beforehand, and you can just follow your program and make sure that you give 100% effort. So that's very important, is to have a structured plan. Now, of course, while I have a 50-inch vertical, we have to talk about the actual art of jumping and force production. So jumping is a power exercise, and power is strength times speed. So you have to be strong, which is, I spent many years playing Division I football, increasing my big compound lifts in the lower body, I mean everywhere, but talking about the lower body right now, to where, you know, my squat is right now a 425 max barbell parallel squat. Have that on Instagram. And my trap bar deadlift, I don't have enough, it's not big enough That makes me sound cocky. But seriously, not enough. I don't have one of those extra long ones, so I can only do, I think it's like 405, and I could rep that out. So I stick to a regular barbell, and if I do just traditional barbell deadlifts, I'm around 405 with perfect form, 425, around there. But long story short is I have that strength, I've built that strength, so that's why it's embedded in the program, and that's an important piece. But it's just a piece. The best squatters and the heaviest deadlifters in the world, they can't jump. So just because you could squat 1,000 pounds, I get this question constantly, it's oh, how much do I need to squat in order to jump high? Like, that's the wrong mindset. That's just a piece. So that's just the strength piece. Then you got the speed. Learning how to activate that speed, that strength quickly is the speed portion of it. So performing exercises explosively, plyometric activities such as box jumps, hurdle jumps, broad jumps, vertical jumps, depth jumps, drop jumps, a whole bunch of different variations, and we have a whole bunch of variations of those and exactly how to do them and sets and reps in the World Record Jump program and my online coaching. So we handle that all for you, but that's the speed part of it, and that equals power, strength times speed, and that equals the force output or the power output of your legs, which is another piece of jumping high, of achieving such a 50-inch vertical. So let's say you have those numbers and you're super strong and you're super powerful. Now it's about the physics of it and the jump mechanics and the jump technique portion of it to basically be able to apply that force in the right direction, which is, we want that as vertical as possible because we're testing on a vertical jump, whether it is a standing or a running. We still want our force going up. So we need to practice our technique to make sure our foot placement is proper, that we're keeping the hips low enough so that we're not counteracting, we're not producing a counter force against our own force using gravity. So there's a lot of technique training, and we have all of our technique videos in the jump program as well, but there are a bunch of coaches out there that are also really good at teaching jump technique, and a lot of free resources on YouTube from my own page and from other pages out there. So definitely love it enough to do your own research, and YouTube is a great source of that. There's a lot of garbage on YouTube, but there's a lot of good stuff, so you need to learn how to sift through it and form your own opinion from watching other people, and then you start to form your opinion. You gather information from everywhere else because that's what everybody does. So that is another reason why I have a 50-inch vertical. I practice my jump technique, force power output, sacrifice, consistency. I schedule it around my vertical jump training is the priority of my day, and I schedule everything around that. I eat properly, I sleep properly, and I play the long-term game. Again, so many people, I remember I was 17, 16, 15, 14, I was even 20, I was that age once, and I understand it seems like an eternity if you're talking about by 20, I'm 26 right now. If I said by 26 I'd finally get a 50-inch vertical, I mean, that would be great, but it'd be too long for me. That's what it felt like. But you need to kind of take that out of your mind, and you need to just kind of put on the blinders, put your head down and go to work, and stop thinking you want to achieve a certain number and just think about getting better every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. And that progress, if you keep on making progress, you're going to achieve some amazing things. Strive for perfection, hope and hit greatness along the way. One of my favorite quotes, definitely. So I want you guys to have a long-term mindset, a growth mindset, and the negative things that happen in your life, I want you to use that as fuel in order to continually do better. If you miss a dunk, if you miss broad jump, your PR, if you do poorly in a session, you need to assess, and you need to set your emotions aside, and you need to learn from it. And then you'll start to look at failure differently, and you'll start to look at failure as a way to succeed. So all in all, those are all of the reasons why I believe I have a 50-inch vertical and why a lot of other people don't. It's not all about squatting. It's not all about genetics. It's not all about jump technique. It's about putting all these pieces together, and a lot of the things we talked about later in the video people understand, but a lot of those beginning reasons people don't see, the consistency and the sacrifice and what I do on a daily basis, what I put my body through, how I recover, and what I have to miss out on because I do that is probably the most important thing. So sacrificing for like 6, 7, 8 years in your teens to in your 20s, it's much harder than it seems. So yeah, all in all, that's why I have a 50-inch vertical. And if there's anything that you guys take from this video, I want you guys to remember it's a long-term game. Be consistent and understand that there's going to be sacrifice, so that effort has to come from somewhere. All right, guys, Chris from Against Odds Athletics. If you guys are interested in my world record jump program, the link is in the bio. If you're interested in being one of my exclusive online coaching clients, we have few spots left, so you guys can also check that in the description, in the link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching this video. I think that there was a lot of value shared, and if there was a lot of value, please hit the like button and subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend that could also use vertical jump training. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.